Hello everyone and welcome back again. My name is NS8 Steven and today, welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Let's go. I hit the wrong button. Go me. Main menu, yes. Load this one. Alright. Shit! What time is it? I don't know. A glance at the clock reveals that I've been asleep for nearly an hour. Damn. Is that like a bad thing? Thank goodness. What? Emmy's practice should be finishing up soon. I throw some casual clothes and head for the track. I can't remember what actually happened from last time. Wasn't it like we're going on a date or something? I completely forgot. I've not done this in quite a while now. Somehow I get the feeling that we won't be doing anything fancy for dinner. Emmy doesn't strike me as a very fancy sort of person. So yes, we're definitely going on a date, I guess then. That's all cool. Emmy is amazing, like always. So let's see what this is going to entail for us. Anyway, still, I suppose there's a lot I have yet to know about Emmy. Yeah, no, you don't know much about her yet. Despite our newfound closeness, I feel like I don't know her as well as I should. Oh well, I have lots of time to fix that. To be honest, I'm looking forward to getting to know her more. Aren't we actually dating now, aren't we? If I remember correctly, we ended up dating in the last episode. I think. I should have rewatched the previous episode just to get myself back on grasps of what's going on. I'm so caught up in my own thoughts that I hardly register that I'm already at the track. Yeah, well done, mate. Emmy is nowhere to be found. I don't even see any sight of the track team. Well, aren't you useless then? This could be embarrassing. Okay. I turn towards the girls' dormitory when I hear a shout. Hey, Hisao! It's Emmy! Great. Hello. I turn around to see Emmy making a beeline for me with a gym bag slung over her shoulder. Her running blades have been replaced by more realistic looking legs that probably wouldn't fool anyone. Emmy doesn't seem to care about that. The fact that makes me smile. Hey, you came. Well, of course I'll come, Emmy. It's only been, what, 2 months? I think last time I played this? Yeah. I mean, I figured you would. But still. I suddenly find myself wrapped in a rather affectionate. There, I can't speak and I don't know. How do you pronounce that word? I'm just. Ugh. It's either that I'm just clueless what's going on or I literally don't know it. And it's probably both. Hug. And it provides to be impossible for me to keep what must be the world's largest grin off of my face. Well, of course I came. I'll be crazy not to, right? Emmy ponders for a moment. You know that's true. I mean, I'm pretty amazing after all. Possibly. I don't know, Emmy. I shrug in response. I certainly think so. Ah, aren't you a man? It's a offhand remark, in which I suppose to be that she is surprised to see that it seems to have caught Emmy by surprise. She blushes and smiles warmly at me before planting a kiss on my lips. Now it's my turn to be surprised. Emmy steps back, resting her weight on her back heel, looking pleased with herself. My brain fumbles for appropriate response. Yeah, you're not answering, Ishna. I should compliment you more often. Emmy laughs and gives me a playful shove. Jerk. I throw an arm around Emi's shoulder, and I'm pleased when she suddenly leans into me, as if it were the most natural thing in the world. So, where to? I'm not actually sure. Where do people go on dates around here anyway? That's a damn good question. I've got no idea. Why don't we just head down to the Aura Mark and grab something portable? Emi's face brightens at the idea. A picnic! I think you're onto something, Ash, now. Oh. Emi shakes her arm around my... Emi shakes her arm around my waist, and we begin to head for the front gate. I'm certainly unsure what I meant to do in this situation, but at least Emi seems to be equally clueless. Well, you're clueless together then. Despite the relaxing feeling of being with Emi, I still can't help feeling a little tense. What if I do something wrong? I hate to make an arse of myself, or you kinda already have-ish now. You kinda do it in, what, every episode or something now? The trip to the Aura Mark is accompanied by Emi's chatter about her practice went. Ow. I keep quiet for the most part, merely enjoying the warmth of being around Emi. We got a few odd looks from passerbys, but I don't mind. We wound up buying some bread and instant noodles, realising too late that we can't actually cook the latter in the park. Yeah, well done. Oh well, I'll make it for lunch or something. That would work. She just seems a bit too happy, and it just seems a bit too nice and stuff at that moment. I really think something wrong is going to happen, because just look at the guy we're playing as. Heart problems. Something's going to happen. I can't really see it being a happy story throughout the entirety of it. Something bad's going to happen, then it goes into happiness. Anyway, the park located after a brief loss of direction that I blame entirely on Emi. She, of course, blames me. We found a spot beneath a tree and sit down. I lean back against the trunk. Emi across from me. I guess we should have brought a blanket or something to sit on, huh? Whoa, those sudden hand movements. Emi shrugs. I don't mind. Neither do I. Emi tosses me a package of bread and we dig in. Curry bread. Interesting. I guess I wasn't really paying attention to what I grabbed in the store. Hey Ishna, you look like your bread's a little spicy. I shake my head, trying in vain to keep an image of manliness. Nah, it's hardly spicy at all. I see. That's why your face has gotten so red. Yes, exactly. The lack of spice has gotten my blood up. Because of the disappointment. Emi laughs and swallows the last of her bread. Well, if you can't handle it, I'll be glad to take it off your hands. Hey, just because you wolfed down yours so quickly doesn't mean I'm going to give you mine. Emi mocked, causing me to nearly choke on my bread with laughter. Oh, come on Ish now. Ain't you supposed to be concerned with making sure I've got enough to eat now? We're dating, you know. Though. Emi looks troubled all of a sudden. I can't say I feel any different. What do you mean by that? What makes this a date? It's just that we would have done anyway. Really? But this should feel different. Because before when we had lunch we were friends. And now we are on a level above friends. You sound like Rin. Laughter escapes and Emi grins. Well, she might have put the thought into my mind. We've talked about that sort of thing before. Really? About me? Not really, just stuff, really. Rin thinks that the change of a label from friend to girlfriend seems arbitrary most of the time. Like, there's no difference between the two. I can think of at least one, you know. You don't tend to kiss your friends quite as much. For the second time today, Emmy blushes slightly and giggles. I suppose you're right. Exactly. I'm always right about things like this. Sure. Emmy rolls her eyes and chuckles. Guess you're pretty smart, huh? I nod in agreement. I'll be nodding in disagreement. Yep. Even Mishtu thinks so. He thinks I should go into some scientific study after graduation. Emmy raises an eyebrow. Oh really? Yeah, I'm thinking I might actually do that. Nah, you won't. You'll fail. Really? The more I consider the idea, the more it appeals to me. I make a mental note to look into it a little bit more closely. So, what you got? What do you think of doing after graduation? Still planning on running? Emmy shrugs. Seem almost a bit hesitant. I don't know. If I'm good enough, I can find a team, I guess. You mean, you ain't sure? I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. Really? You should probably should. You know, graduation isn't that far off. Emmy fidgets a little nervously. Yeah, well, it's far enough, right? Besides, I've got other things to think about. There's a mischievous flash behind Emmy's eyes, and I suddenly found myself gloriously pinned against the tree. Like making sure this is a real date, right? I mean, if we don't kiss, then it's not a date at all, right? I suppose. I'm guessing that she just kissed him. Strawberries and curry are not the best combination, but I don't think I mind. Emmy sits back on my legs and grins again. There. Science would approve, right? I have the oddest mental image of Vishnu nodding seriously and making a mark on some checklist. I can't help laughing at the idea. Well, I'll admit, this is the first time I've ever witnessed a kiss met with laughter before. Should I feel offended? No. I'm sure science approves. Emmy beams at me, and I find it increasingly difficult to keep my brain functioning properly. Ah, good. So much stuff's happening. It is at this point I noticed that Emmy has stolen the remainder of my curry bread while I was otherwise upgraded with images of teachers welding clipboards. Not something that most people think about Hishno, but all floats the boats, I guess. Hey! Emmy tries to look innocent, but considering she just crammed the last bit of my bread into her mouth, it does not appear to be working. Sorry, couldn't refreshed. Thief. I shrug upon my conviction is all I get in response. You used your feminine willies on me. I wasn't that hungry anyway, but I still feel that the point needed to be made. Emmy seems to be confused by the phrase feminine willies, but the understanding dawns on her features after a moment thought. Wasn't anything of the sort. You were laughing. Feminine willies don't involve laughing. I guess I can't argue with this. That doesn't change your thievery. Emmy laughs at my injured tone and just gives me a playful shove. Fine. You can have the instant noodles. Are you kidding? That stuff's terrible. If anything, you should definitely eat it as a punishment. Another laugh from the girl sitting on my legs, both of which is falling asleep by now. The animations! Oh my god. That was a wonderful animation, guys. Bravo. And switch one leg to try waking it up, which has the unintended effect of unbalancing Emmy, who falls off to the side with a startled eep. Oops. Sorry about that. Legs fell asleep on me. Emmy remains on the ground giggling. I stand up, a little shakily, feeling the nerves in my leg return to normal. My eyes wander over the scenery before fixing on the figure of Emmy, who has yet to get up. Her hair is sprayed across the head, her arms are spread, and laughter is bubbling up through her mouth. Everything about Emmy seems concerned into this one image. Doesn't it look a little weird to you guys? It looks like a flippin' 6-year-old just laying on the floor. I guess that's kind of Emmy's image, really. What is their age anyway? Fuck knows. Aren't they meant to be 18 or something? I can't even remember what the ages of them are now. Her energy, her spirit, her childish giggling. The urge lay down on the grass, where there rises swiftly from the back of my mind to the forefront of my thoughts, and intended that I am convinced that I would love nothing more than just to do that. Unfortunately, the sun has set, and it's probably time for us to get back to the dormitories. While Emmy may be happy to stay here, out here all night, I don't think I have that ability. Besides, homework soon beckons. It would make sense to start thinking about things like university, and then slack off, wouldn't it? I tend to hand to Emmy to help her up. We should probably get going. Emmy makes a sour face. You're right. That face doesn't match what you're saying. And now you're happy again. She grabs my preferred hand and I pull her up to her feet into a hug. This time I'm the one who's kissing her, unable to resist having Emmy against me. Seems ashamed to leave, you know. Yeah, it does. But if we don't get back to the school soon, we'll probably get into trouble. Emmy pokes me in the ribs playfully. And you need to do your homework, I'm sure. Sadly, you're absolutely right. I throw my arms around her shoulders and we make the trek back to school, accompanied by the occasional bouts of laughter as our conversation jumps from one subject to a subject. What? Something from running to school to the particular way of one of the cafeteria's workers' smells. Right. All too soon we find ourselves outside the girls' dormitory building. You know it's still daytime, right guys? Guys? Well, I guess I'll be going then. I guess so. Emmy grins at me again with that mischievous look. Are you going to be able to survive without me? Maybe, because I could just close this game down at any time. Hishno, maybe not. I laugh. I'm sure I'll manage. Will you, Hishno? How terrible. Ain't you supposed to say something like, I'll be counting the second until... I'll count in the second you are away. Nah, I don't think so. Emmy pulls me down to a quick goodbye kiss and steps back, looking unexpectedly shy. Thanks for dinner. I really had fun. Well, it wasn't really dinner, Emmy. No. Because you gotta remember, we only had bread. Not much of dinner. Just saying. Don't think we have had the flipping noodles yet. Honestly, I did. So did I. I think we shall have to do it again sometime. Emmy laughs at my deadpan delivery and nods. See you bright and early tomorrow morning. Right. You gotta run off that bread after all. Of course, despite the fact that you ate most of it. Yep. Despite that. See you later, now. Bye. As Emmy turns to head inside, I notice something weird. Something so weird that I'm surprised I didn't notice it earlier. Ooh. Emmy's limping slightly, favouring the left leg. Hey, Emmy. Is your leg okay? Emmy looks confused. Or at least fakes confusion. What are you talking about? Your right leg. You're limping. There's the briefest flash of concern on Emi's face. Either she didn't want me to know, or she didn't think I'll notice. Or I prefer to think that she just didn't realise it. Oh, that, Emi shrugs casually. Must have gotten knocked off a little of alignment during the picnic. No idea what could have caused that, of course. I think back to being pinned under the tree. You should have told me. We could have stopped and fixed it, you know? Emi waves a hand airily. It's not that big of a deal. Don't worry about it. Okay, Ashna? It's fine. Why do I get the feeling that she's convincing herself as well as me? Let it rest, just leave Emi alone, which most likely will keep Emi happy, or press Emi, which she might not like, but more of her well-being. I would help her if I was there. I wouldn't just let it go, personally. I would make sure that they're 100% fine. So I'm going to press it. Are you absolutely sure you don't want to go ahead and adjust it before heading up the stairs? You could get hurt if you don't, right? I said it was fine, Nishino. Seriously, don't worry about it. I've got some experience in these matters after all. I suppose so. Emi grins reassuringly. Honestly, Ishino, I appreciate the concern, but I'm okay. Now really, I need to get going. Your attempts to keep me around are doomed to fail. Of course. Just prolonging the goodbye, I suppose. Another grin lights up Emi's face. Good night, Ishino. Good night. As she limps inside, I find myself hoping she's okay, despite her assurance that she was fine. I think I can call this a successful first date. Hell, any day that ends with Emi pinning me under a tree to kiss me can't be bad. Can it? I head back to my room, mentally thank the gods that Kenji doesn't ambush me in the hallway, and get started on my homework. And on that perfect note, guys, I'm going to end it here. If you've all enjoyed today's episode, as always, do the normal YouTube stuff, smash that like button if you decide. Maybe do that little red buttons with the subscribes in the middle if you so desire, because it doesn't help me out at all, because I'm not a full-time YouTuber, so it doesn't. But do what you wish, it's your choice, really. Yes, it is. So if you want to do it, do it. If you don't bother. If you want to give hate, do it down in the comments, or piss off. And if you want to leave something nice, maybe some new ideas that you want me to do to the channel, because I'm actually trying to change some stuff. There's like loads of things I want to start changing. Leave that down below. That'll be all handy and dandy. Anyway, hope you've all enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you all next time. Until then, everyone.